Hello, and welcome back to If It Were Up to Us, the podcast where we rethink, redesign, and reimagine the ultimate Disney theme park destination. I am your host, Chrissy, and this is my co-host, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing today?
Hey, today. How about tonight?
Well, that's true. It's
Uh,
late.
it is. I mean, just an hour later here than where you're at.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. But it is 9:30 at night, which is insane for us, but, new year, new us.
yeah. Did you like my emojis? Because I was
I
like,
did,
we
I
both
did.
hate that, like saying like New Year, new
Mhm,
me, and
mhm.
like here we New Year, new us.
It's yes, it is, yeah, it's been a minute since we've talked last, um, because we were pre-recording like fiends trying to get podcasts out and ready, so it's been a minute since, like, we've had a live recording session, and now we're doing it live for everyone to be part of.
Totally live. Yes, because life is chaotic and we need to cut a process out of this to make
Yeah,
everybody's life
mhm,
easier. Uh, and we thought maybe we would do just see how this goes
uh-huh,
and if it works for us. Maybe it will. And I thought it would be fun, like once people catch on that we're doing this live, will maybe
mhm,
come and interact with us.
yeah,
Probably more of the central United States than the eastern United States. But you never know.
yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, the kicker is that we had to put kids to bed, or, like, and wait until we had quiet, and so late episodes it is.
Late episodes. I mean, we thrive at night. So
Ep Good things happen after 9 o'clock. I don't know what anybody's talking about. Um,
chaos ensues.
that's what we were actually just making that joke beforehand, like, "Well, who knows? Maybe a fire alarm will go on off at one of our houses the moment we conclude this. We shall see." So,
Don't put that in the universe. I probably wouldn't hear
no,
it out here very well. I'd probably hear
no.
my husband, like, stomping around
Like, "What
before
is
I actually
happening?"
heard it. Yeah. Like, "Ah."
Yeah. Um, um, oh, we do have a comment already, and it says, "Cool shirt." Well, thanks. It's our merch. Um, so, okay, well, let's kind of play a little bit of catch up from, like I said, we recorded early the last few times. So, since we talked last, we've had Christmas, you've been on vacation, um, we've had a whole New Year's celebration, and now we're halfway into January, and clearly my tree is not down yet, but we are getting there. So what's been going on in your life?
Okay, so, yeah, Christmas, and then we decided to surprise the kids with a trip to Universal, so we actually left the day after Christmas. So they had very little time with their new toys. I felt a little bad. And we made it like 3 hours from home before we spilled the beans of what we were actually doing because we drove down to
Uh-huh.
Florida, and I have a video of it. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I
I
should.
don't think you
Uh,
did.
and it's so cute. I told the kids that I was taking these presents. I had 2 presents out, to my friends, and my daughter's like, "Who are they?" I'm like, "Well, it's a boy and a girl. You'll meet them." And I was like, "You'll see." I said, "But it's kind of a long drive, so you should bring your blanket to, like, nap in the car and maybe some snacks, your water bottle." And so I timed it right that I also it's a lot of lies to my kids that day,
Sure,
but
lying to your kids is the best.
I told them that we had to take our dog to my mom's house so that they could play in peace,
Yeah,
because he gets excited, knocks things over, and she got this massive Barbie dream house, bigger than I thought it was, and I was like, "It'll be easier for you to play." So we timed it right that I left with the kids and the dog, and Alex, my husband, got home and was able to pack the car without them seeing it, and he covered it up with a blanket. And so when I pulled in, we just kind of got in the car and started driving, made it into West Virginia, and they're like, "Mom, when are we going to get to your friend's house? This is taking forever." The normal kid
uh-huh.
things that happen.
Yeah.
And I looked at my husband, I was like, "Do you think it's time to give our friends their gifts. And so I picked them up and just handed them to them.
Oh, that's so cute.
They're like, "What?" And I put their favorite stuffed animal in there in the bag too so that they didn't leave them. So it was a bunch of snacks for my mom. She got them like brought over a ton of snacks on Christmas Day that I put in there, and then I got them like a Mario shirt.
Oh, nice.
I said, "Okay, reach down to the bottom of the bag. You're gonna feel like a shirt. Pull that out." And so Carson pulls his out first, and you can tell he kind of knows what's going on. And
Yeah.
Lindsay pulls out her kitty first. Like she's obsessed with this cat because she's allergic to cat. She can't have cat.
Oh,
It's like, why is my kitty in here? And I'm like, well, pull out the shirt. And so she has Princess Peach, and Carson's like, do you know what this means, Lindsay? She's like, I think I know. And he's like, are we going to Universal? Or she says that one of them. I'm like, yep. And they're like today? I'm like, yes. And so
oh,
she's like, wait, so is that's what's back here is our like suitcases? And then she proceeded to quiz me about all the things that I needed to pack to make sure I had them.
sure. Yeah. Mhm.
And then I was like, yeah, well, strap in because we got a 12-hour ride still. So, but yeah, it was awesome. We had the best time, and it
Mm.
changed a lot of opinions on Universal for me. So it was a really good trip.
So you wouldn't rag on it as hard this go around as you did the last one?
No, honestly, a lot of the time that I was there, I was like, well, maybe that was a little harsh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Because you see it differently when you have children with you.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yes. And we did, I mean, granted, we did say that on that episode where we were like, okay, yeah, maybe it would be different if we had kids with us instead. But well, that's so exciting. I love that. That just like gives me the good feels. So um that's fun. And you had a birthday.
I did.
Yes. Getting older.
35. And what happens when you turn 35? You get back pain from just doing a puzzle. I sat in my at my dining room table yesterday. It was Sunday, and I was doing a puzzle because my daughter started it and she didn't want to finish. And today I like get in the car and I'm like, wow, my back hurts. It hurt. I mean, it still does. I think because I sit on my foot, so I was leaning and like had my arm up doing the puzzle. So 35, you just go downhill.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, just wait till you're 36, turning 37, and you sit and do Legos on the floor and both your feet go numb. So
Oh yeah. No, that happens all the time.
yeah. I walked out and my husband was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I can't feel my feet."
Were you sitting on them or were you just
No,
like
that's the problem.
crisscross
Nope,
applesauce?
nope, they were out like outstretched and so
Oh.
that I could do Legos in between, and occasionally I'd like put one in and yeah. Now, granted, there was not a ton of room on the floor, so most of the time it was like a one leg out, one leg in type of thing, but yeah, when I stood up, I was like, "Oh, this is troublesome."
Yeah, mine go numb because I sit on them, but
Nope. Nope. And then it was funny because when you were texting me about your back, I was like, that happened to me. I thought I was dying. I was like on the floor, and then I was just heartburn. So
oh yeah, that's right. I did tell you about this today. That feels like 7 days ago.
that's the thing. Like I was like having to go back through our messages, like, what didn't we talk about already? Because we have talked, but we have not talked to the people. So yeah.
So I went to all 4 of the Universal parks.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
We did 2 full days of both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, 1 day at Volcano Bay, and then 1 day at Epic. But yeah.
Yes, Stephanie has had the luxury of visiting Epic a couple of times, and some of us have never been, so we're
It's
not
our
jealous. We're
you're not
happy for
missing
our
anything
friends.
except for lines and broken rides.
Were there a lot of broken rides when you were there?
Listen, not a lot, but one, when we went in May, my husband and I, it was a virtual queue for Battle of the Ministry, and we did not get one. Like not even remotely like even able to select one. And so we prioritized that this trip. We didn't have express for that park, we had it for the other. too.
Yeah.
And so we skipped the whole early entry into Nintendo World. Like you get an
Mm.
hour into Nintendo World. We decided to just go to Battle of Ministry. And we waited an hour. We're on the dot. The next people to board. And I noticed that they send an empty one. They send a second empty one. And I look over at Alex and he's like, this isn't good. And then you hear the team members talking, and then they make an announcement that like it's down. And honestly, I felt personally that they dumped the queue way too early. And they didn't dump the entire queue. They only dumped us that were close. So I think they dumped from where Express meets the regular line down.
Mm-hmm.
We all got Express to come back, which is all fine and dandy, except for when we came back with Express to ride it, we waited another hour. So 2 hours on this ride, and personally, I didn't think it was worth it. But now I know. And it was busy. And I figured it would be, but the lines were actually longer when my client was there in November, like the same week we were down, than they were on New Year's Day. So I don't think it was just because it was New Year's Day. But yeah, we only rode a couple rides and we still had a good time, but that park could use some other things to absorb crowds. It just doesn't have enough to absorb crowds. So they're all in line for rides.
Sorry, I'm getting texts about from my mother who wants to confirm that she is on the right podcast. She's like, I see the Christmas tree up. Yes, Mom, the tree is still up. Thank you for noticing.
She's calling you out in a mom way.
She's calling me out in a mom
She's like,
way.
is this it?
Am I in the right place? Yeah,
because this seems weird for you to still have your Christmas tree up on January 12th.
Yes.
So this is old, isn't it?
Nope, it's not old. Nope, it's not old. It's January 12th and the Christmas tree is still up. But in my defense, the ornaments are down. The North Pole went away.
Just throw some Valentine decorations.
I mean, at this point, it might as well just keep it up until we move, right? Like just start celebrating. Yeah. Celebrating all the holidays.
Put some pink hearts on it and call it a day. I mean,
well, what's funny is that I, you start to change out, and I have I've acquired some decorations for the house for the various seasons. Like I now have Halloween stuff, and I have some things for St. Patrick's Day and 4th of July. And I was like, man, like, what do you do after Christmas? Like, what is that season? Because I felt like it was too early to put out my Happy Valentine's Day sign. But I was like, so I put out a winter sign, and I put my mini ears with the snowflakes on them. And I was like, but I don't really want it to snow. I don't want it to be winter anymore, but I guess that's the decorations that, yeah. Oh, also, that was my dad, not my mom. I've been corrected, so my goodness. Yeah.
It's really bad when your dad comments on it.
I know. He was like, you said kidding. Mom, but it's actually Dad. Sorry, Dad. Anyways, and now I'm hearing wake the kids up and put them on the podcast. No, thank you. Sorry if you want to see my children, but that's not happening. Not for my own sanity anyways. So yes. But can we talk about children just for a moment? Because I know that we've already had our Christmas episode, but can I just tell you how chaotic Christmas went for me and my crew? Because I think I texted you that day and I was like, we are spiraling.
Yeah.
We need to leave this house. We have got to go. So prior to Christmas, if you tuned in for those episodes, you heard the terrible, awful cold that plague struck through my family and sounded horrible, and it was awful. And so come to find out, my son ended up with a double ear infection. So we put him on antibiotics, and he had a reaction to the antibiotics. And so he got hives and was swelling, and it got to the point where Christmas Day he woke up from his nap and he his legs were so swollen he didn't want to walk. And I was freaking out as a mom, oh my gosh, what is happening? Benadryl is not helping, and he was crying, and I was like, I can't handle this. And so I just felt so bad. And so I go and I get him in an urgent care, and I'm like, I want to confirm that this is what's happening. And, the rest of it, I just was like, I can't. So um we go and they tell us like, yes, it is a reaction to his antibiotic, and it's just like basically his foot turned into one big hive. And so it was like so swollen that he just didn't want to step on it. And I felt so awful. So it's Christmas Day. I have left the family. Like, my husband was making a dinner, and I was like, I have to go. We have to do all this. So I get back. They've already eaten dinner. At that point, like, I am not hungry, and I'm just wanting to put this poor little baby, who was feeling a lot better at that point, to bed. And so I'm trying to do bedtime routine, and I'm looking over, and my husband has found ants in the house, and he is now obsessed with only that and finding out where the ants are coming from. Like, he is on his hands and knees crawling around. And thankfully, my mother got him a headlamp for Christmas. So he's wearing the headlamp, crawling around the living room on his hands and knees, trying to figure out where these ants are coming from. And I was like, is this really our priority at this given moment? Is this what we're choosing to do?
Is
Okay,
this the
fine.
picture you sent me?
Yes, this is the picture I sent you.
Okay, so I did not know that's what was happening. I thought you guys were just like playing.
Oh,
like,
no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This is not just like, hey, look at us playing some random game. Nope, this is my life. I just was like, okay, this is fine. So yes, that's when I texted you. It is spiraling. Like, things are not going well in the Gockley household this Christmas. Yes. So yeah, so that's how Christmas Day went for me and my crew, and everything is fine.
So the ants are like, good now?
Oh yes, because now my wall has several holes in it that have been pumped full of ant killer and several ant traps, and we may have gone overboard, but everything is fine. There are no ants anymore. So yeah. And you know what's not helpful? Can we just say this for a minute? When you are finding ants and you have tiny children who think it's fun to search and seek for things, and so they get into this, and then they start claiming there are ants everywhere in the house. And like, my
Gosh.
husband was in panic mode, like, oh my God, are there really ants everywhere in this house? Like, what is we're trying to sell this house soon. Like, what is
Burn it down.
Just- that's what it was like. I was like, yep, we need to leave. We need to go right now. I don't know where we're going because the new house is not ready, but we're going. So yes, it was I cannot, but so yeah, so it was him running around going, "Oh, but there's ants over here, like there's bugs over here. We have to," and I was like, this is not helpful. You're not being helpful. So yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I hate to laugh, but
It's, if you don't laugh, you will cry. Let's just
Yeah.
be honest. Yeah. Mhm.
for sure.
So
Oh man.
in other news, my son is about to turn 2 years old, so we are planning his birthday party, which is exciting.
That's exciting.
Yes. We're inviting, he has a couple of little friends at school, that when we say, like, what's your favorite part of the day, he'll say on the playground with, these friends. And it's like, oh,
Aw,
that's so sweet.
that is sweet.
So yes, I can't wait to like see how they interact and do. And yeah, but other than that, I mean, not a whole lot is going on in our household other than just like being busy,
Mm-hmm. Being
So,
busy.
mhm.
So we came home from our trip on the 3rd of January, and we had just one day. Actually, and we got home at midnight on January 4th. And we have more sports added to our schedule now.
Mhm.
Basketball and basketball cheerleading has started.
Mm.
So on Mondays, my daughter has ballet from 4 to 4:45, and now she has cheerleading from 5:30 to 7 p.m.
Oh, uh-huh.
So that's why I told you I didn't get home till like 7:30 because it's also 20 minutes away. But and then basketball on Friday nights. And are already busy. I'm struggling. I know it's only been a week,
Mhm.
like to find balance here.
Yeah.
Because also, like, Disney released a bunch of new promotions, and so, like, I've been busy travel agent. I had to play 2 workers at work last week because somebody else was on vacation, and, like, busy.
It's a lot.
It was. I mean, I'm grateful, but also I was like,
Mhm.
I need, like, a minute.
Yeah. I can understand that.
That's why I
It's
was doing a puzzle yesterday, and now I'm
Okay.
suffering because I did a puzzle.
Well, quit trying to give yourself peace. God.
You really cannot win.
No, you cannot. Um, you'll find your new groove. I'm sure it will happen. You just
Yeah,
yeah.
just it'll end, like, the next week once I find the groove. 'Cause
Yeah,
only
right when you're comfortable, classes will stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's only, like, 3 months of it,
Mhm.
but and then, of course, she is only cheerleading 1 time out of their games at the same time as he's playing basketball. So
Oh.
now it's at least 2 hours every
Mhm.
Sunday doing this. I love it. It's great.
Mhm. Mhm.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll get through it, and then you'll be on to the next thing that is cumbersome.
Yeah.
Mhm. So should we get into all things Disney news because big things happened while we were away?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because,
You're like, "Okay, sure."
yeah, this actually kind of feeds into today's topic about resorts and the
Yeah.
resort benefits and everything, but, Cool Kid Summer is back, and we have
Mhm.
all the details about what that means, including a limited time offer that, like, has to be booked by, like, what, middle of next month?
Yeah, I think January 15th.
So,
Or
middle of
February 15th,
I was
sorry.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, middle of next month, so, like, you only have, like, 30 more days to book this, um, and it is a fantastic deal.
If you have not been booked yet. I will
Yes,
say,
yes.
I've had some people that already had, like, the spring promo, so they're, like, traveling early in the
Ye
summer, and it was not better for them,
yeah,
or they just weren't traveling long enough, but getting if you stay 6 nights, you can get 2 of those nights free and 6-day ticket because you get 2 of the days free if you do the
mhm,
4 days. It's honestly great
yeah,
because I know people are like, "Oh, don't waste your ticket on check-in or check-out day." I love if you arrive early to go to the parks.
yeah,
And for summer, May 26th to September 8th, you get the free water park benefit. And now having been to Typhoon Lagoon, awesome.
yes.
So
Is
you
okay.
wanna do that.
S so are you saying that this is a benefit you would like to see year-round?
Oh, I think I wished it would have been
Yeah,
because we've now taken advantage of it twice. We literally, on this trip to Universal, added a night at Disney just because we left earlier because there was also an ice storm. So we
mhm,
left earlier than we thought
sure,
we would. So we got into town early so that we could go to the water park for free. It was cheaper to buy one night at All Star Sports than to buy 4 tickets to the water park.
mhm,
So that's why we did it. And then we also needed a place to stay. So,
yeah,
but
sure.
I
Um,
wish it was year round.
I think it's a considering how pricey the resorts are getting, it is an incredible benefit to have, and I mean, I get that maybe there's the attendance is lower in those other months that it doesn't make it worth it for Disney, but I just feel like, I mean, you even said it, like your kids are from up north, they would be in that cold water, so why not do it?
Mhm. And it was all warm, like, pretty
Mhm.
warm water. Now, it does suck if, like, you cannot get in early enough on your check-in day,
Yeah.
but if you can figure out a way, stay at a cheaper hotel one night just to check in early.
Yeah, have that
I don't
extra
know.
day.
Yeah, like, fly in later
Mhm.
the night before or something. Yeah, and Typhoon Lagoon's wave pool. So I always thought, and this is just me being, dumb, that they when they said, like, the biggest wave pool, I thought they meant, like, size. They mean the waves.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, so I knew that they surf here. Okay,
Mhm.
great. So I figured they just, pumped them up during surfing time, and maybe they do. We get in, this wave comes, and it breaks like right on us, knocks Lindsay over, and she's now scared. But Alex like, let's go deeper so that they're not breaking
Not as
on
bad.
us.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Next
Bad
one,
idea.
we see it coming. Okay, Carson loses his glasses at the exact same
Oh my
moment because we
God.
forgot the strap. Alex is holding Lindsay, dives down under the water. We are like, chest high
Mhm.
to get his glasses before this wave,
Mhm.
which is huge. I'm not like it's so big that at the same time I grab Carson,
Mhm.
pick him up onto my hip, and start pushing him above me, like so maybe he can ride it out because it's humongous. And I'm like, I'm so scared he's gonna get like, flung around because waves are vicious. So
Mhm.
now all four of us are under the water because Lindsay is attached to Alex. And he wasn't thinking when he dove down to get the glasses, he was holding her. It was chaos. It was so cool though. Like it
Oh
we all
my
come
God.
up and we're all like, oh my gosh. So yeah,
They call it
it was
Typhoon Lagoon for a reason.
it's the waves are insane. And so I take a quick video of the next one because Lindsay got out for a little bit and I sent it to my brother. He's like, yeah, I see TikToks of it all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't.
This is not on my For You page.
This is not, I don't even get on TikTok unless somebody says, did you see the video I sent you? Because
Oh
I
my
usually
gosh.
don't. But anyway, so
Oh, that's
yes,
funny.
I think it should be a perk all year round because everyone needs to go do this wave pool because and also that I always wonder like why they don't keep Blizzard Beach open. I mean, both are gonna be
Mhm.
open this summer, but like historically speaking, prior to this past summer, Blizzard Beach is closed in the summer. Typhoon Lagoon is
Yes.
open, and whatever. And my husband and I were talking like when we first got to Typhoon Lagoon, they should do it opposite. Like in the summer months when it's so hot, you want like that snow vibe,
Right.
like the opposite of what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why is a lot of their queues, which we didn't have to wait for anything really, but like when you're walking up through them, they have water flowing through them. Like it's like coming down a waterfall
Mhm.
into whatever slide or whatever is coming out through the pool and then it comes up over the next ride's queue. So like you're walking through water like most of the
Oh,
time,
uh-huh.
like flowing water so you would stay cool. It was really cool. But yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. I have yet to be to the water parks, so I don't know. But now that I know I need to strap on my glasses to visit the wave pool.
Yes, you
Side
do.
note, a wave in Hawaii once took me out. And again, I told the Space Mountain story, hold on to your glasses because they're expensive. And that was the same thing that happened. I like ate all of the seawater and almost drowned just to save my glasses. So
I'm
yeah.
not laughing at you almost drowning, but I can
Right.
like
No,
picture
it's
you.
fine. It's fine.
Because I mean, Carson's face when he realized that they were off of him, like pure terror.
Yeah.
Because like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna
My
get yelled at.
glasses are gone. Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
like right after we told them we were going, I was like, you know what, Alex? Because every vacation we take since he's gotten glasses, I bring his extra because we
Uh-huh.
bought 2 pair right away. Because
Yep.
like
Smart
we're
mom.
not gonna
Mhm.
get caught in like, a pickle. And I was like, I didn't even think to grab them. And so the first day this happens, and I'm like, oh my God.
Like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Mm, well,
So I get your terror and
mhm.
just like I'll risk drowning to
Yep.
save these.
Mhm. That is the
I mean, Alex
logical
risked
priority.
drowning our daughter to save them. So
Also, see, I'm with him on that one. Good choice, Alex. Good
just
choice.
got to learn to hold our breath right. It's just tough love.
Yeah. Okay, going back to the deals. I completely agree because I was running numbers for one of my clients and booking like rack room or rack rate versus this new deal. A stay at the Polynesian was going to be like $2,200 cheaper. crazy, crazy deals. And I was just like, I even put out a TikTok about it because I'm getting like deluxe resorts for moderate prices.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if you've ever wanted to stay at a deluxe resort,
Hmm.
now is the time. And I get that it's super hot in Florida in the summer, but like the pools at the deluxe resorts are great.
Yeah.
And I mean, why would you pay for a moderate the same price as a deluxe?
Yeah.
Like you might as well stay at the deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just crazy.
I like want to plan a summer trip just because. And also, a lot of people don't know this, but you can book the ticket deal separately.
Hmm.
So you can book the 6 days, get 2 days free separate if you already have your accommodations or maybe whatever. You can book it separate, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
There's a lot of flexibility in this offer. And even if the you know 2 days extra does not apply to you, even the 30% off rate is amazing.
Yeah.
And that one extends beyond summer.
And what I think people might consider doing is if they do want to use those tickets on check-in and check-out day, book your hotel separately from your tickets. Book
Yeah.
your only like 4 or 5 night stay, 5 night with the 30% off and then buy your tickets separate. Now you have to pay for them in full, your tickets, but still you could, still take
Yeah.
advantage of those 2 days free, even if you're not going to stay the full 6 nights.
Yeah. Um yeah, I completely agree. It just a lot of these deals are making sense right now. Um can we talk about some of the other offerings that are happening aside from these amazing deals that they're bringing back from last year and some new stuff too?
Mm-hmm.
So we know, I'm pretty sure that that Goofy was um part of like that Goofy thing happening in Epcot. That was last
Yeah,
year as well,
New
right?
Year Hall. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they're talking about extra characters in the early morning hours, which is um they're not extra magic hours, early entry. Um that's coming back, which is awesome. Um because like here's the thing, when they got rid of character meet and greets for lightning lanes, like that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a period of time where characters are going to be out and you can see them when there are fewer crowds is really awesome,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
Now, did they say if they're going to be like roaming or are they going to have like actual?
I don't think they specified.
The other thing I see they're bringing Jesse
Mhm.
like to Diamond Horseshoe. I've seen
Mhm.
people saying that they're going to have like a character meal there. Paging Mr. Morrow in his video that he put out said that they're going to have like a character dining meal in there. But it reads on the Disney Parks blog like it's going to be something similar to what Goofy's doing over in Epcot.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got, like a sing-alongy, craftsy kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know what he's saying. I literally was like watching this video yesterday and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I went through the Disney Parks blog again. And I'm like, well, maybe he has some like inside. He
Listen, I
probably has an
wouldn't put it
media
past
event to
him.
go.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him because he knows a lot of things. So, but maybe he's wrong, I don't know.
I don't know. Fuzz from this hoodie is now in my eye, which is just absolutely lovely.
Our phrase is just, "It's fine. Everything is fine." Um, um, Eric says that he doesn't think Disney knows what's going on there. No, I don't think they do either, and they haven't in a long time. I remember dining at the Golden Horseshoe when we went for my son's first birthday, and like like they had just it was just like extra seating for
Liberty Tree.
Yes, and it was like,
Mhm.
okay, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we loved it. We were a group of like 10 of us, and so it was nice to have the space and the kids could run around, and but it was like, okay, what is actually happening here? And so it would be cool to see that over in Frontierland, like especially like Cowboy, Woody, Jesse, like
Yeah,
come on, that would be amazing.
it would be.
That's
Yeah.
where they should have put the Roundup barbecue, but nobody asked us, so.
Nobody asked us. And like I'm still trying to picture this Cars Land thing
Mhm.
matched up with this too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I know this is just temporary, but
I don't know. Maybe it'll give them some ideas as to what they could potentially do in the space, and then we'll have some better ideas come out of that whole section of the park. Who
let's
knows?
hope.
Fingers crossed.
And then with these promos, you can still do the kids free dining too.
Yes, yes, which is awesome, and that is nice that that's going on all year long.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you someone
I
who
need it.
does like is a fan of the dining plan or no?
I've never used it.
What?
Okay, so you have to remember my first few Disney trips, we stayed off property. So it was
Yes,
not even
that's
an
true.
option.
Mhm.
And then we did quick trips, and it was just me and my husband. And then, like, Carson was really little, so we didn't feel like it was necessary. So we didn't. But now I would totally like do it.
Yeah, this offer 100% I would do it.
And I
We
would try to
did
beat
it.
it.
Yeah.
I would be
All the
calculating,
fit.
like,
Oh, yeah,
you're
for
not
sure.
eating an expensive enough meal. Pick something different.
You will get the steak.
Yeah, you will. I don't care if you had meat. 5 million degrees outside, eat the meat.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
We did the dining plan for our honeymoon trip and also for that, like, 30th birthday trip that we did, which worked out really well, especially for food and wine because there were 4 adults staying in 1 room on that 30th birthday trip, and so everybody got, like, the 2 snacks per day, right? And so they're all loaded in because it's 1 room, they're all loaded in on 1 thing, so, like, it's not a per person, it's not like it only attaches to My
Yeah.
Magic Band, so, like, we used the bejesus out of those snack credits because usually you find like you're trying to use them up before you leave. But that worked out perfect for us for food and wine because we all just like sampled, we all went and got a snack
Everybody's
and
things.
yeah, it just made a ton of sense for us. So, and then our honeymoon trip, we were obviously trying to dine at some of the fancier places and eat at some of the
Yeah.
nicer things. So that worked out well for us. I do think it is a good tool if you are into dining at the restaurants and want to kind of pre-plan for some of those budgeted meals, but even when you're doing that, you're still paying out of pocket for some meal a day if you're 2 or 3 meal a day people. Um,
Mhm.
you're still paying out of pocket for something. So, um,
And
you know.
didn't they used to, like, pre-pandemic, you could, like, split your quick service meal up to, like, 2 snack credits or whatever.
Mhm.
Now you can't do
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah, you used to be able to downgrade and 2 or you could convert a table service meal into 2 quick service, um, credits, but
Which
I
I would
don't think you can do that
totally
anymore.
do.
Now you can
You can.
combine 2 table service for a character or specialty dining experience.
Yeah, the ones
You
that
can still
require
do
it,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
they don't let you break it apart anymore, which is a bummer.
I wish, because I mean, that's another reason we didn't really add the dining plan, because I was very like, there's no way we're sitting in a restaurant during a park day when we can be riding rides. And now I'm not like
Yeah.
that. So I, totally would, but not every day, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so should we kind of dive in? I mean, is that kind of that wraps up like our new Disney
Well,
news
yeah.
stuff? I mean,
Well, we could, transition to resorts by what do you think would be the best Disney resort to stay at in the peak of this summer heat?
man, I don't know. I'd be interested to see what the people who are watching also think about this because I feel like it could go. I feel like it's for me with these like Cool Kid Summer Deluxe Resort for a moderate price. Like I feel like you have to just do that automatically. So there's that. But man, as far as like just peak of summer, I don't know. I will say it was not the summer when we went, but it was god awful hot, and um Port Orleans Riverside was really kind of nice because there's a lot of shady spaces around that resort, so like it didn't feel as hot having to make the walk to and from your resort room, which was nice. And they have multiple pools on property, which is nice too. Um,
See, in my head, I eliminated any resort that has an internal bus loop.
mhm.
Just for like, you know, so
Yeah.
hot. You want to be, I mean, I guess sitting on a bus is fine, but
Yeah. I mean, I guess from that standpoint, then go Port Orleans French Quarter, which I'm always a fan of because it only has one bus stop. Um,
and you could
yeah.
go over to Riverside and use their pools if that one pool was what
Well, what?
debunked, Chrissy.
Yeah, right. I will say when I stayed at Port Orleans, French Quarter, it was October and it was not hot. But our September trip was not bad. And it was
And I,
god awful hot then.
yeah.
I don't know what would be your pick.
Okay, so we went to Florida in July and we stayed at Saratoga and we had a great room because we were right by the one pool, like not the main
Mm-hmm.
one, but the other one that still had a water slide. And that was great. But if you weren't near the pool and you either had to get on an internal bus or hoof it, that would not be great. I don't know.
I feel like
I
here's
am
what I'll
not
say.
I know what people are gonna want to say is like the beach club, the sandy bottom pool. No, I'm still very anti sand in a pool. If I want sand, I'll go to a beach. I don't want to be like swimming in a pool with sand. I don't
Yeah.
know. Uh, so no, and I'm pretty sure you have to walk like way across to get onto the water slide there.
Yeah, you do. It's like outside the pool
Yeah, because I
area.
know parents have said
Mm-hmm.
that they don't like it because they can't watch the kids the whole
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not my choice. What were you gonna say? I cut you off. Now you probably don't.
No, I was just gonna say I think it's much less about which resort and more am I gonna pay the premium price for a preferred room over a standard room. Like you just said, like
Mhm.
I want to be in a place that is closer to dining, transportation, and the pools. So yeah. I feel like that's where I would it's much less about which specific resort, but what am I gonna pay for extra just to not be outside for as long as I could be.
Yeah. I see Eric said Coronado, and Coronado is high on my list. Like the next time I go to Disney, I'm staying there. I don't care, like what the
Mhm.
circumstances are. That's where I want to stay. And that would be a good one, especially during the summer if you're getting the dining plan because there's so many food options.
Yeah.
Like so many. And I've heard good things about the pool there. And
I
I
stayed
do.
there
I
and
want to
I
stay
don't
there.
even think I saw the pool. Like we did
You were
not
in the
have enough
tower,
time.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to like having all the dining options there, you're not trekking around the all of Walt Disney World to get a meal. Like I think that could be a good one.
I was supposed to stay there in February, but that's the trip I canceled. Sad trombone.
When you said that, I was like, how dare you cancel a trip? What's wrong with you?
Listen, it hurt and like I had been considering canceling it, and then when we decided to do this Universal trip kind of last minute, my husband's like, "You should probably cancel it." And like I was like, "You're right," because I walked all those steps, like 26,000 every day while we were down there, and I didn't have any plantar fasciitis. So like I haven't trained at all. I was supposed to run the half marathon. That was the point of going down. And I haven't trained at all because our weather's been crappy, our treadmill broke, whatever. I have all the excuses in the book.
Mhm.
And So I just didn't feel like it made sense for me to do it untrained on feet that are finally healed.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I can see
It's
that.
fine.
I get that. I get that. I understand.
Yeah,
But
I like the
it's hard.
Skyliner in the middle of the summer, Eric. I think it's great any time of the
Mhm.
year. People are like, it's gonna be so hot in
Yeah,
there,
I
but
mean, as long as they're moving, they are not bad.
no. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
I
don't hate
would
that.
stay up any time though.
I know you
I
love
love
that
that resort.
resort.
I tell you what, I wouldn't stay in the Little Mermaid room at Art though. I don't know what it is about that room. I feel like I just have no interest. I can't
No,
explain it. No, none. Not even a
it's the
little bit.
same building, same style as Pop, same
Have you looked
distance
at the
from their main amenities. Oh, I have looked because I deep dived, girl. I deep dived
it
on
just
resorts.
something about them just freak me out. I love the Little Mermaid rooms at Caribbean Beach, but the ones at Art of Animation, I just can't. I have so many clients. Hopefully they're not listening. I'm thinking not that are staying there this summer.
Uh, Okay, so Catherine has a good question, which is so then if you don't do Art of Animation, what are your favorite room at Art of Animation?
Well, I've never stayed there, mainly because their family suites are so expensive, and if I don't want to stay in the Little Mermaid room,
Hmm.
I like they're so expensive. And like my family isn't big enough that it's not uncomfortable to stay in a regular room. I'd rather
Yeah.
not, but I would probably pick the Cars area just because I think it's so cute. Like if I had to pick one of the themed family
Oh
suites,
yeah,
even though
definitely.
Lion King was like my favorite movie growing up, I would still pick the Cars area because it's just
Yeah, I would too.
adorable.
I would too. Um, yeah, 100%. I would pick Cars over. There's so much there, and I feel like I would also pick that. Eric also says walking from the Little Mermaid rooms is like traveling the Oregon Trail. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could agree with that. It's just such a long, 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 long walk. So good job. Um, yeah. I had deep dived, of course, on some of our resorts. And there's a lot to get into because there's a couple of them that have that kind of unique history, but this kind of brings me to the one deep dive about Art of Animation and how that came to be. And so when you're talking about like you love Pop, but it's like so it really what it boils down to because the Little Mermaid rooms are Pop Century rooms, like
I understand
flat
this,
out there.
but they're not decorated like
Yeah.
a Pop Century. They're scary.
They're scary.
I can't.
Is it the is it that it's like a human form that you like think they're like looking over
What?
you? Well, like
No.
it's not a
They're
car.
just
It's not an animal. Like it's not Finding Nemo. That's an animal or a fish, right? Like they're
Oh my
is it
god, I'm
because
so
it's like the
glad
Little
that I
Mermaid?
didn't go to Disney when they had carpet in the rooms because they're even worse with carpet. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know. They're just so much more expensive than the pop rooms too.
Well,
Like
yes,
even
yeah.
the Little Mermaid rooms are
Mhm.
so much more expensive than just a regular room. Like I'd rather spend that money on staying closer
Yeah.
at Pop than this hideous Little
Mhm.
Mermaid rooms.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Art of Animation. It is really a deluxe resort. The only reason it still qualifies as a value resort is because they had 2 abandoned buildings from that were the same style as Pop Century with the motel style exterior hallways. That's the only reason that it can still be considered a value resort. And I guess technically no, that's it because the moderate resorts have a food court too. Food court style type thing. So or quick service. So I think you're the only reason because you're paying $500 a night for those suites, which is 100% a moderate or deluxe price.
Mhm.
So there
You're
is
not
no
getting the
reason for it.
perks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm.
So what decades were supposed to be? I've heard
Okay.
this story before, but I don't
Mhm.
remember.
Okay, well, let me pull up my notes and we'll get into this one. So originally for the Art of Animation, it was going to be Pop Century and it was going to have two sides on either side of Hourglass Lake, which is still true. The Hourglass Lake is still there. That's what's in between Pop Century and Art of Animation. And so the one side that does exist in its current state is the classic rooms, which is the 1950s through the 1990s. The other side was going to be deemed the legendary years, and that was going to be the 1900s through the 1940s. So, construction started on both halves of the resort, both sides of the lake at the same time, and to the point where the structures for the main building, like housing check-in and the food court and all of that, as well as a couple of room buildings were completed at this like exactly kind of same time frame. And then in 2001, 9/11 hit, tourism industry took a downside and the economy declined, right? And so Disney did not have the bookings that it had. It didn't have the money, and they really didn't need as large of a resort. And so really construction came to a halt. And when it did pick back up, Disney only resumed construction on half of the lake, the classic years. They had said that and like I even saw a photo, right, of the legendary side where across the front of the building it had cutouts for the like 10s, 20s, 30s, and 40s. So it like had cutouts. They were not painted yet, but it was there. And then the buildings themselves, like they didn't have railings, but the windows, they they had the front doors and the exterior like paint, but there was no railings, there was no windows, like it remained unfinished. And those two visibly unfinished buildings sat for almost 10 years before Disney did something with it. So when Pop Century opened in 2003, the announcement was made that the legendary years were going to open in 2007. But in 2000 and in fact in 2005, Disney started testing all new family suites at Art All Star Music, and rumors began to swirl like, oh, this is going to be like those are just going to be family suite buildings. But nothing happened, and it wasn't until 2010 that they finally announced that they were going to do something different, and they were going to capitalize on that like Disney Renaissance and all of these new feature films coming out, and come up with Art of Animation. So they rethemed the main building, and then the previously completed section became the Little Mermaid rooms that you apparently hate. And a third building was constructed in that section to look like the previously completed buildings. And then the remaining sections became these family suites with the interior hallways, Lion King, Cars, and Finding Nemo. And these were, like I said, the sought after family suites. But the T shape from Pop Century of those buildings, right? That T shaped building, and the ones from the Little Mermaid section, those were repeated in the new like suite buildings. So, and like I said, the only reason that this is not considered a moderate resort is because of that one previously built section, still having that motel style room.
And I think now my reasoning for hating it is justified because it sat abandoned for 10 years.
Yeah, you could say that. I just like the other part of me is like, so these buildings sat abandoned for 10 years, and then then we think, okay, everything's fine, and we go back, like we just build a new one next to it and say what? Like, ew. Things had to happen in those buildings. Like, it had to be gross. You didn't have windows.
I wonder.
But
so, not to bring this back to Universal, but we stayed at Cabana Bay, and we checked out the other side of the resort that have like the motel style, like exterior entry. And so I was like, I wonder if they built like this part like before the other. And they did, but not that far before. It wasn't, they did, the towers are the newest part of Cabana Bay. that
Mhm.
they built when they did Volcano Bay. But I was thinking it was going to be kind of a similar thing. Like they decided
Oh, yeah,
years later they needed more space
like an
but people want
afterthought, yeah.
interior, and but it really wasn't. I think it was just part of the theming. But yeah, it's weird. I don't mind the exterior entry rooms.
I don't think I do either.
But it isn't really like oh, I don't want to stay there because they're exterior entry.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me as much as
You don't have plushy carpet you have to push luggage on.
right. Mhm.
Perk for me.
1000%. Mhm.
So
Yeah, to not have to worry about that is a bonus. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. But wait a minute, because bringing it back, if you haven't listened to our Universal Studios episode, you need to do that because we're referencing a very funny moment that happened, but it has been proven that Stephanie is not allowed to
Oh,
navigate
you
through resort
turd.
locations anymore. It's not just me. Apparently, she gets anyone lost. She can navigate her way through a theme park just fine. No problem. Roads,
And on
she's great.
roads.
Put her
Okay.
inside a building and she does
I
not know where
need
she is.
I'm defending myself a little bit here because we still got there. I just made a longer trip than it needed to be.
Hmm.
We could have cut like differently through.
Mhm.
Something about Cabana Bay until now, like I've got it down now. But it confuses me the way it's laid out. And these poor people, I didn't tell you this part. So
Oh,
I go
no.
in and check in. The family stayed in the car. And I'm walking. They parked in the parking garage. So I was walking to meet them to get the stuff out of the car or whatever. And this nice couple stopped me and said, "How do you get to the Bayside Tower?" And they were on like the outside of the resort, like the outer where you park. And I was like, I think the only way to get to it is from the inside, like where the pool area is. Okay. I was like, but don't, hold me to that. Don't find me in like a couple days and be like, you were wrong or whatever. And they were like joking. Turns out we were in the Beachside Tower, the other one. And you very well can get to it from outside. In fact, you go outside of the pool gate and stuff to get to it. So those poor people, I think about them often. The whole time we were there, I was like, if I run into them, I'm just going to apologize profusely. Like, I'm so sorry.
You should just wear a button every time you go to a resort that says,
Don't ask me questions.
me.
Don't ask me anything. Directions are not happening. Yeah.
No, ma'am.
We'll have to do a whole episode about New Year's down
Mhm.
in Florida.
Yeah. I have not been, and I don't know that I ever will, but I do hear some pretty cool things about what happens at the theme parks. So
We left early.
Mhm.
But okay, I'll just tell you now. So we're in this tower. Since we're already out of time, we're gonna have to make a part 3 of these
I know.
resorts. In this tower, we were only on the 5th floor, so we weren't super high, but we were facing towards Volcano Bay and all of the other surrounding theme parks in the area. So even though we got to the hotel like early on New Year's Eve, I set an alarm to wake up because I don't generally stay up this late, Chrissy, just saying.
I think you only do it for me.
Yes. So I set an alarm to get up so I could watch the fireworks because I knew by when we were in Volcano Bay up on the towers doing the water slides that you could see the parks, and I knew I'd be able to see the fireworks. So I get up, I grab my blanket, and I'm standing in the window, and I swear every park around doing fireworks, the windows were like shaking. It was the coolest thing. I was almost in tears and I was just kept going, wow. Nobody stayed up with me. And I'm like, you just missed out on the coolest thing ever. I took some videos, but you just can't see it as well. So you could see the Magic Kingdom and Epcot and a little bit of Epic. It was kind of blocked by one of the other hotels. And It was amazing. And then you had people, I mean, just normal people, because like Universal, there's houses like
Yeah.
right outside of it doing fireworks too. It was the coolest thing. So if I ever go down again for that, I would pick a
Mhm.
hotel wherever I was that you'd be able to see it just from like your room. It was so cool. It literally just shook everything. It was just like you could feel them.
Mm.
It was really
It does sound
awesome.
really awesome.
It was.
I love fireworks. I love a good fireworks show, so
Mm.
I can only imagine. Actually, I kind of felt that way at the Drury a little bit, being able to see the fireworks that were happening from Epcot and then Magic Kingdom beyond that. There
Yeah.
at like in our room when we were there at Disney Springs. So, but I do think you're right. We're gonna have to have a part 3 because one, it's way too late for
Yeah.
us, and two, because there are some resorts that have such unique history, and just in general, as I was like deep diving these individual resorts, like the fact that there were no resorts built on Disney property for like 10 years after it opened, or Disney World property for like 10 years after it opened, is like crazy to me. And so especially when Grand Floridian is so like closely associated with being like the signature Disney hotel, and
Hmm.
yet it did not even happen until, the 1990s. So yeah, I think we definitely need to make a part 3. The big question is, do we do it in live format like this one, or do we go back to pre-recording? So I would love to hear in the comments what you guys think, if you like this live version, or if you like to listen to it at your leisure, not at 10:30, 11:30 at night.
Well, they still can. They'll just have to get it after the fact.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you'll have to let us know.
Yep. If it were up to us,
Well, you'll just have to listen.